So let's see how the Tuesday's market is getting along with your Frontier opening bell. I am boosted over 5. Great to have you. But first, a quick look back at the Monday's trading day. A couple of markets pulled back on Monday on the back of the Silicon Valley Bank nervousness, that fiasco in the US. Well, got a bit of a correlation with a few African markets, such as the South African stock market, which fell very sharply yesterday. The stock market in Cairo, the EGX30, also fell very strongly, above 3%. Nigeria managed to balance out those declines in the banking sector with Boa Foods' uptick. The BRVM also fell 0.03%. The markets in Nairobi also fell on Monday. So, broadly speaking, it was all a negative trading day, with the exception of the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange that rose very strongly to 30,000, reading a new psychological level for that stock exchange in Harare. And that's the just a few news around the markets, the fallout from the SVB in the US, and of course, 2 other banks have since collapsed. But let's see how today's trading day will go as everyone tries to rebalance things with regulators stepping in across the frontiers to prevent a wider contagion, the effects of the Silicon Valley Bank fiasco. So let's just take it all the way down and look at the big stories within the East African corridor. For East Africa, the World Bank is giving about $1 billion. That's roughly 129 billion shillings to support the William Ruto's administration as the country see FX reserves down very sharply to about 844 billion shillings. And Kenya Power says it secures approval to get a 1-year debt moratorium of about 196 million US dollars. Yesterday, news from the AFCFTA Secretariat in Accra and the Afrexim Bank in Egypt, signing an AFCFTA adjustment fund host country agreement with Rwanda, and that's quite some news there. In the meantime, congratulations to the Africa Finance Corporation, that infrastructure-focused agency awarded the DFI of the Year for Europe and Africa by IJ Global Awards. So congratulations to Samuel Zbairo and the rest of his team. AFC is headquartered in Lagos, Nigeria. A quick step into Southern African markets. ABSA says it's going to reiterate his commitment to Ghana despite taking a haircut of roughly 3 billion rand on exposure to government bonds of Ghana, which has been restructured in line with the government's plan to be in line for that $3.3 billion loan from the International Monetary Fund. In the meantime, South Africa's risks becoming a failed nation state, and that's according to the president and CEO of MTN Group, Ralph Mopita. He's become the third CEO that is warning South Africa to be careful. This time around, on the side of the Eskom crisis, the rolling blackouts in South Africa, as well as corruption and a few other naughty issues around the Ramaphosa's administration. The Standard Bank is planning a Kenyan bank acquisition by the year 2025, and is also looking at a full license operation standalone unit in Ethiopia, one of the most populated African country in sub-Saharan Africa. Ethiopia has been doing massive banking sector reform under Prime Minister Abiy in recent years, and that's opening up the Ethiopian market, just as it's also opening up telecommunication to foreign investors, including those domiciled in sub-Saharan Africa. And of course, talked about ABSA's earlier, posting a very impressive earnings, 21 billion rand, the biggest in the bank's history. ABSA is one of the 6 largest banks in South Africa. And Zimbabwe's central bank governor has warned the country to be careful about reckless borrowing. So let's step into West Africa, where Signature Bank of Nigeria says there's no link with the Signature Bank in the USA, which also went down on the back of Silicon Valley Bank fiasco. And Dolphin Drilling says his oil rig has arrived to Nigerian waters offshore Nigeria, and it will start operations in due course. A GCR rating has placed Ghanaian banks and others on rating watch negative because of the downgrading of the Ghanaian sovereign into the junk territory. The raft of negative ratings in Ghana is beginning to impact the banks as well. And GCR, which is focused on emerging markets, including Sub-Saharan Africa, says is placing the banks in Ghana on rating watch negative. And the Congolese central bank says it's now going to be publishing regularly in the media the exchange rate of the Congolese franc, which is the currency in the country, to prevent speculations and arbitrage, which is a full disclosure. Everyone knows what the numbers look like. And in North Africa, Egypt and Germany say they're discussing investments in the energy sector, while Sudan and Russia are looking to use local currencies, the ruble on the side and the Sudanese dollar on the other side, to manage their settlements of imports and exports, trying to avoid US dollar on the back of sanctions that Russia is currently going through over its military invasion into Ukraine. Morocco has issued an amendment to boost the import of wheat from the Black Sea region, while the credit to do Mahawk is reporting 36%, a sharp decline, roughly 400 million dirhams for full year 2022. And that's not good news for this bank listed on the Casablanca Stock Exchange. In the meantime, the insurance and reinsurance Tunisian company on the Tunisian exchange, which is Star, supporting a net profit for the year 2022. And those are some of the news, markets, investments, and economic headlines out of the continent. So I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.